The playoffs are here, and you can predict the action all the way to the finals with FanDuel Predicts. Predict the spread, the total points, and even the game-winning moments that make the playoffs. Sign up and get a $25 bonus with FanDuel Predicts.
Offered by FanDuel Prediction Markets, LLC, a registered futures commission merchant. 18-plus bonus is non-withdrawable and expires 7 days after receipt. Trading derivatives involves significant risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Manage your activity with their consumer protection tools. Restrictions apply. See terms at FanDuel.com/predicts/bonus-offer-terms.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
James Golden, Snurley with you here. Fastest hour in American media underway. Let's turn our attention to a few other things in the news. Cut 13, you know the voice by now, even if you live outside of the borders of the Apple.
New York City faces a budget crisis of a historic magnitude. We inherited a deficit larger than any since the Great Recession. Years of mismanagement and chronic underbudgeting, alongside a structural imbalance between what New York City sends to the state and what we receive in return, have taken a toll. We cannot close this deficit with savings alone. We need new revenue. And we need a structural reset in our relationship with the state. That is the only way to meet our legal obligation to pass a balanced budget, and to do so without imposing a financial burden onto the backs of working people. I'm glad to partner with Speaker Menon as we call upon Albany and deliver a balanced budget. Together, we are extending the executive budget deadline from this coming Friday until May 12th, because a crisis of this scale cannot be solved without state action. I want to be clear. We are not simply asking others to act. New York City is doing our part. We are committed to governing with the fiscal responsibility this moment demands. Speaker Menon and I have already identified meaningful savings, and we will continue that work carefully, deliberately, and without cutting the services that New Yorkers rely on. But we cannot do it alone. That is why we are standing together this morning to underscore what is at stake and to call on Albany to deliver additional revenue.
Yeah, just call on people to just fork over money to New York. Now, New York says they fork over money to the state, don't get as much back. You know, one thing that might help is if both the city and state of New York decide that they want to stop funding illegal immigration. They could save a lot of money there. And not only would they be saving money, they'd save money all over their budgets, across the school budgets, for instance. If the deportations of illegal immigrants took place as they were intended to, not only in New York, but in places like the L.A. Unified School District, where they're already losing students and have lost students, all over the country. The impact on medical service, the impact on housing, the impact everywhere. Their sanctuary policies have made it impossible for them to balance their budget, along with some of the other things. It's not just illegal immigration. I don't want to scapegoat illegal immigrants as being the sole responsibility, because Mamdani said some key things. He said that this has been years of mismanagement. Okay. Name names. Who mismanaged? What did they mismanage? Don't say it. If you're going to manage it correctly, then do it. And name the names. Name what you're doing. Cut the programs that are wasteful. I just say, because it's one of the most obvious, that illegal immigration and the sanctuary policies are contributing to the mess in New York City and New York State and other blue cities and states. But what about some of the other giveaway programs? Meanwhile, you're out bashing the millionaires, out bashing the billionaires, the people that pay more taxes than anyone else, and demanding that they pay more, and bashing them in the meantime. Maybe you shouldn't be spending $30 million on a city grocery store. Maybe you shouldn't be spending a lot of other millions on pipe dreams. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
This is Roger Stone with a serious warning for you. The U.S. dollar has lost 97% of its purchasing power since 1912. Your savings are exposed, and gold and silver remain the final hedge against currency devaluation, inflation, and ongoing economic uncertainty worldwide. So call 844-272-2428 now to get your free gold and silver guide from American Sovereign Bullion and learn how to protect your wealth with gold and silver. Call 844-272-2428 or visit dyingdollar.com. That's dyingdollar.com.